The truth about divine timing today on Awakening with Amy. Hi, welcome. I'm Amy Valentine, certified life coach, hoping to awaken within you a mindset that you can be, do, and have any desire. And today we're going to talk all things timing, divine timing. In other words, when will my desires manifest? It really comes from a viewer question. He asked me, I thought a really clever way to ask the question. He said, when will I know inside of myself that my desire is mine? He didn't say out there, he said inside. So I was really intrigued by this. So I crafted this whole video today just around that question. When will it manifest within me? And my answer was, when you say so. That's what I said. It's all about you. Divine timing. To understand it is to understand that nothing can exert itself into your reality. The universe is a response to what we're believing to be true within. The assumptions we're holding, the beliefs we're holding to be true, who and what we say we are in relationship to everything else. The universe has no free will of its own. God made us in its image and likeness in order for us to be creator, right? It's awesome. It's deep. It's wild. Think about it. We overcomplicate this whole thing because we think, well, when's it going to manifest? When's it going to happen? When am I going to feel it within? And we're totally denouncing the gift that God gave us, which was we get to choose that. We get to say who we are, no matter what's going on out there, right? So divine timing, what it really means is when you believe within yourself that you are creator, that you create your own reality. Like Seth said through Jane Roberts, you create your own reality. There's no other rule. And this is what Neville Gard says about how all this works, manifestation. He says to give is to receive. And you cannot give what you do not have. And you only have what you believe. He's basically saying the whole world, your whole reality is based upon what you have within you, meaning what you believe and assume to be true within. So it begs the question, what are you believing? What are you assuming to be true? This is not a judgment. This is about discernment. So you can claim as source of your reality, as source of what you desire, instead of seeking out there, looking for evidence outside yourself, waiting, looking for signs, being the seeker, separating yourself. It's the voice of the ego separating you from who you really are. It's the illusion, right? So being source of your reality, on the other hand, is remembering your connection to divine energy, to love, to God, infinite intelligence. I am that I am. I am who I say I am, right? So, and we pointed at this last week, the last video. The only true belief, the only truth is that you are wholly unlimited. We forget it. We have to forget it to come into a physical body, to then remember it, to awaken to that truth, right? When you know who you are, who you really are, all the aspects, the physical you, the non-physical you, your soul, your connection to infinite intelligence, then you will believe this. Then you will know that you are creator, and it all starts right now. It's only here and now, like Bashar says. He says, there's only ever here, and it's only ever now. There is no true past. There is no true future. It's only ever happening right now. So when you know who you are, basically you will be known by the universe, because the universe, remember, is our partner in crime, right? In crime is our partner responding to us and what we say is true for us. And knowing, think about this, when you know something, you act on that knowing. It's just automatic. Within the knowing, it's just synonymous with taking action. Like if I said, here's a pen, write your name. And you write your name. You didn't say, oh, should I wait for divine timing? Should I pick up the pen? Should I write my name? No, you don't question, because you know how to write your name. So remember, when you're questioning, when you're doubting, when you're looking out there at the circumstances, at the condition, at something that you don't prefer, and defining yourself through those things, you're literally defining yourself via your own creation. It's old news, like Abraham Hicks says. It has no relevance. Nothing has intrinsic meaning, like Bashar said. It only has the meaning you give it. That's the true essence of free will, that God gave us free will to create as source of our reality, as God does. God just claims, God just loves. It's all unconditional. It doesn't have to put conditions on anything or micromanage anything, because that energy is just loving and knows what it is, right? So remember that ego is always separating us from that knowing. Our true self is only fulfillment, is purely, wholly, unlimited. And that's what we want to remind ourselves, especially when we get caught up in the drama of 3D life, of everyday life, right? So we want to let go of the wanting. We want to let go of the voice of fear, not by fighting it. We want to resist nothing. We just want to create a loving relationship with our ego personality and understand what it is and who it is, right? It's just a construct of fear. It's just made up so we can have relativity, so we can know more clearly because sometimes we don't really know what we want unless we have a little taste of what we don't want, right? So be the source versus seeking outside yourself. You are the operant power, like Neville Gard said. And I want to read a quote from Luke 6:38. If I can find it. Here it is. Give, and it will be given to you. A good measure, pressed down, shaken together, running over, will be poured into your lap. For with the measure you use, it will be measured to you. It's the law of reciprocity. So your measure, if you're measuring something via the lens of the ego, via the view of fear, of separation, now you are invalidating your creation. You're invalidating yourself. You're believing in lack. And Bashar says there is no such thing as lack, but you can have the experience of lack and limitation, but it's really just an abundance of lack. So we want to find the value in everything, because that's what Source does. That's what I and the Father are one, but the Father is greater than I. The Father, God, source energy, only sees through the eyes of unconditional love and wants us, God's will, divine will, is for us to acknowledge that within ourselves, no matter what the circumstances are, no matter what the conditions are. Because when you own that, that is true enlightenment. That is true empowerment. When you own that within yourself and practice that, right? Remember, the knowing and the action are synonymous. You will start acting on that knowing when you know you're wholly unlimited and you're not defining yourself by the past, unwanted, by anything that's happening now that you don't want. You're defining yourself via the higher view, knowing that higher mind, that higher self has the whole picture, and the physical mind doesn't know how anything is going to happen. Its only job is to focus, right? To observe, to know how something has already happened or is happening. So basically, the state of being that we want to foster, that you want to foster, to become, to know you are source of your reality and you have universal forces in your pocket at all times, versus seeking and wanting and desiring things to be different and resisting reality, seeking outside yourself for the answer, for the next thing to show you who you are. Now, the state of being source, say this mantra to yourself until you embody it. It doesn't matter what happens. Circumstances do not matter. Only state of being does. Because that is the voice of the higher you. It doesn't matter. State of being is the only thing that matters. Remember what Neville says, imagination, consciousness is first cause, not the dead effects. The effects, the cause and the effect are one, right? It's crazy. It's all one. The problem and the solution are one. Unless we create the gap, create the separation by believing the voice of fear or the ego. We want to stop resisting that voice and use it in our favor, to see, to acknowledge where the error in our thinking is, where we are believing in fear instead of love, believing in limitation instead of our unlimited nature, right? And just know, this is like a positive way to take responsibility for your life, to know yourself as source of your reality. Bashar says, responsibility means the ability to respond. It has nothing to do with guilt. It's only you owning yourself as creator, as source of your reality. I can choose the meaning in everything. I choose the value. I choose to see the positive meaning in everything. And that's really what opens doors. That's what manifests. That's what divine timing is, knowing that you are divine. You are the timing. It's all you. It's all about the who, and the who is you from Loki. Let me close by saying the way you hear and listen to the higher mind is to remind yourself that when I follow my excitement, when I follow my joy as best I can, as often as I can, Bashar's not suggesting that you don't go up and go to work if you hate your job. No. What he's saying is you learn to hear the higher mind instead of the ego by following your excitement as much as you can, as often as you can, and build that rapport. That's how you build the rapport with that higher self, feeling those urges, the intuition, right? Into me see, going within. And then giving everything out there, seeing the value in everything, knowing that it brought you to where you are now, so then you can choose again. And let me just close by saying my girlfriend, her son, James, he's so amazing. He said to his mom this morning, she shared it with me right before the call, right before I recorded this video. He said to her, Mom, I'm done thinking small. I'm going to dream big. And that is my wish for all of you. Dream big, dream better, think better than anyone you know. And you will connect with that higher version of you and remind yourself that higher version of you is calling you, urging you through what feels exciting to you in every moment. Follow your bliss. So until next time, thank you for liking and sharing the video. Thank you for commenting. Thank you for subscribing. And I'll see you soon. Have a wonderful day.